Hello and welcome to another episode showcasing this beautiful FJ Cruiser. I've owned it now close to 6 months, just wrapping up, going over the entire vehicle. We recently replaced the timing chains, fuel tank straps. I just did the rear brakes. So I'm ready to pass on this truck to a new owner. But when I purchased the truck, this is the only key fob that came with the vehicle. Or I should say the only key. Just the basic key that opens the doors and turns on the ignition key. I purchased a blank key fob off of Amazon for roughly 20 bucks. I've already had it cut. I'll talk about what the locksmith charged to cut the key, along with what he wanted to charge to program this. So as of right now, this is not programmed whatsoever. So today we're going to program the key fob, talk about how very often you can do this at home. And if you want to just avoid all of this, what the local locksmith will often charge you. Now, most sellers will provide detailed instructions on how to program the key fob. Now, they are very detailed, or I should say you have to follow them precisely, because if you mess up one step, it's not going to work. So this is just to give you a general idea of what to expect if you've never programmed a key fob. I've also did this years ago on an Acura TL, and I will include that video below if you also want to check that out to give you a pretty good idea on what to expect. So I have all of the instructions here. Again, here's the main key and here's the key fob. So I have the fob on my lap. First, we have to open the door. So this it's kind of interesting, this whole process. Now, what's kind of cool is this not only works on the FJ, but many Toyota and Lexus vehicles. So unlock all doors, open driver's side door and leave open. Place ignition key in the cylinder twice, okay? So here we go. 1, 2. Open and close the driver's side door twice and then leave open. 1, 2. Place ignition key in cylinder once. Open and close driver's side door again twice and leave open. Now we're going to place and leave the key in the ignition. Close the driver's side door. Turn the key on and off and remove the key. And the door locks should cycle. So on, off. Awesome, you see that? So now it's in programming mode. We're going to hold, lock and unlock on the key fob for 1.5 seconds. Then press lock and everything should lock. Awesome. When finished, open driver's side door, close, then test remote. Oh, now it blinks. And oh, awesome. Awesome. So this is what it takes to program a key fob. It's really not that hard. Again, you have to be really, really perfect whenever you command the driver's side door and the ignition key and all of that jazz. Now let's talk about what it costs to program the key if you don't want to do any of this. Now the locksmith, I think I mentioned it earlier, charged $5 to cut the key. Okay, now he was adamant. He said there's no way you'll be able to start the vehicle. You'll have to program the key, or I should say the vehicle's computer, to accept the key in order to start the vehicle. And he was wrong. He was adamant. He said there's no way you're going to be able to start the car. Well, here it is. And there we go. Now, what happens if the key fob cannot be programmed? In other words, maybe you buy one for your vehicle, and for whatever the reason, the programming doesn't work. You're stuck. You don't know what to do. Well, the local locksmith charges $150 to program the key fob. So in other words, So it locks, unlocks, and starts the vehicle. Now he was adamant again. I paid $5 to have this key cut, okay? $5. And he said, you must bring your truck back. You have to bring it here because I have to program your vehicle so the key will start the ignition. You can unlock and lock the door physically with the key, but you will not be able to start the truck. And he was wrong. He was wrong. I can simply start the truck. No issues whatsoever. So for less than $30, the cost for the key fob, the cost to cut the key, less than 30 bucks, I have an extra remote. And when I sell this truck, now the owner will have 2 keys, and that's about it. So I just wanted to share this, how very often you can just buy a key fob. This is completely aftermarket, and it works. It works, which is great, easy enough to program. And also, if you ever lose a key, now you have an extra one.